Today, we're gonna run you through 3 American food inventions. Why? Because we're in America. We're in the wonderful Joshua Weissman studio. He's just finished it, it's beautiful. Thank you so much for letting us use the space. You've been an incredible, gracious host. But what are we gonna make? We are gonna start with buffalo hot wings, then we're gonna make some corn dogs, and finally, tater tots. So let's get stuck in. So obviously, to make buffalo wings, we need some wings. Split them in half. Dry them really well on a paper towel, and I put them on a rack and left them in the fridge for a couple of hours to dry out, because the enemy of frying stuff is water. So you want these as dry as possible. Even doing it overnight is preferable. So we've got some oil over here. I'm using peanut oil. I'm gonna set this to 190 or 375 Fahrenheit, and we're gonna cook these for 10 to 12 minutes. We're gonna salt them just before we put them in. We're gonna do them in batches. If we salt them too early, it'll draw more moisture out, which we don't want. So while our oil is heating up, we're just gonna make a quick ranch. Often these are served with a blue cheese dipping sauce, but sometimes it can get a bit hectic, so I prefer to do a little ranch. So we're gonna have 2 cloves of garlic that we're just gonna peel and grate finely into this bowl. We add sour cream, mayonnaise, buttermilk, some onion powder. Give that a little mix. We got a small bunch of chives. We're just gonna finely slice. And a small bunch of dill, also nice and finely sliced. Gonna finish it with seasoning, a little pinch of salt, juice of half a lemon. Check for seasoning, yummy. Into a container. Now our oil is upper temperature. We're only gonna get about 10 wings at once, season them lightly, and then we're gonna carefully lower them in. So these have been in for 10 minutes, nice and golden brown, onto a wire rack to drain. And then repeat with the rest. So just make sure you're moving those wings around every now and then.
Backs, behind.
All right, now our wings are all fried. It's time to make the hot sauce, or the buffalo sauce, I guess. So in a pan, ideally that you can toss, it makes it easier. Medium heat, you're gonna add hot sauce of your choice, but you want a vinegar-based one, you don't want a sweet one. Some butter, vinegar, Worcestershire sauce, 3 cloves of crushed garlic, cayenne pepper. Just gonna whisk this till its butter is emulsified into the hot sauce, and that garlic has started to saute a little bit. Pinch of salt. You don't really need to cook this sauce out. You're just looking for it to go all nice and glossy, just like that. Okay, heat off, wings go in. Now you're gonna toss this. I'm gonna be really careful because I don't want to destroy Josh's kitchen. It's a good looking saucepan of wings. All right, to serve, onto a plate. And don't forget to drizzle any of that extra sauce over the top. And the classic garnish, celery battens and the ranch sauce. Simply stunning. Look at that, I can't wait to eat this, but first, let's make some tater tots. Now, they're pretty easy to make. Russet potatoes, or anything that's good for chipping or for mashing. Peel them, keep them whole, into cold water. Season with salt on the heat. Now, we don't want to completely cook these. We want this to hold the shape, so watch them closely. All right, I turned these off about 3 or 4 minutes ago, so they're not boiling anymore. But I don't know if you can see that, but the cake tester goes in and comes out, but the potatoes are still whole. That's when we know they're ready. They're just cooked, just like if you ate them, you'd be like, oh, I'm eating raw potato. But they're perfect for what we want. So we're gonna pull these out and just let them cool so we can handle them. So we're gonna onion. I'm just gonna use half of this onion, actually probably a little bit less than half. And we're gonna get a bowl, and we're gonna get a box grater. For the onion, we're gonna use the small size. For the potato, we'll use the bigger side. You okay? Just blew Dazz's way. Grate your onion. Oh no, it's all falling apart. All right, big side now. Grate your potatoes. That's what you want, nice big strands of it. To our taters, flour, garlic powder, onion powder. Season with salt. I go pretty heavy on salt with potatoes. You can usually soak up quite a lot. Don't blame me if you over salt them though. And fresh ground black pepper. All right, we're gonna get a tray ready. And we're gonna wipe our shirt using a nice clean hand. Get this all mixed in together. Now we're just gonna make like cylinder shapes effectively. And get it to like a ball state. And then using your fingers, make it into a cylinder. And then using your thumb and your index finger on your other hand, you can kind of keep that uniform size and shape. Tater tot. If you want to be really fancy, you get a scale out and make sure they all weigh exactly the same, but no one's got time for that. Now pop them in the fridge, let them chill out before we cook them. These are completely cold now. Oil is at 180 or about 350 Fahrenheit. It's time to fry. It's gonna take about 6 to 7 minutes. They won't take long. Once they're golden brown, they should be nice and hot all the way through. And you can see they're just starting to float to the top. They're a beautiful golden brown. Just got an American accent again all of a sudden. Into a bowl, line with some paper towel. Okay, all we need to do now is just pull this paper towel off. It's done its job. Give it a season and plate her up. Pretty sure this is Josh's grandmother's plate. Tater tots. Now I know these look delicious, but let's make some corn dogs before we tuck in. So these are really easy to make. Take some sausages, or wieners, some skewers. Make sure they're really dry on the outside, otherwise the batter won't stick. We're gonna insert the skewer all the way through the sausage so we have a nice little handle at the end. Then we're gonna make a batter. We dip this into a batter and we fry them. It's called a corn dog because the batter is made with cornmeal. Daz, where was the corn dog invented? Oh, okay. Maybe we won't go there. But they are an American invention, yeah? Because this whole video is about American inventions. Correct. Okay, good.
Australia likes to claim them.
Oh, controversial. They call them Dagwood dogs. They also go by what? Pluto pups. Pluto pups.
And dippy dogs.
And dippy dogs. That's ridiculous.
I've definitely called them Pluto pups, and I'm always right.
Wait, no, you're basic. Okay, we'll set those aside. Let's make a batter. Batter's pretty simple. In a bowl, cornmeal, all-purpose flour, plain flour in Australia, sugar, baking powder, season with salt. Give that some whiskey business. And we got buttermilk and an egg. Crack your egg into your buttermilk, break that egg up, then pour your buttermilk into your flour. Mix that together. You want quite a thick batter for this one so that it sticks to the sausage. So you're looking for sort of a, I guess like a porridge consistency almost. And the trick to getting the batter on is you want to use like a big cylindrical container like this. Get that in there. We need to dust these in a little bit of flour. Let's do 4 at a time so it's a bit easier. You just lightly dusting these. We don't want heaps of flour on there. Once there's a toss in there, we'll swap them. Then before we put it in the batter, we're gonna get any of that excess flour off. Let's get frying. Okay, so once you've got your dog, make sure the flour, there's no more excess flour on there. The oil's at 180, 375. Dip our corn dog in. You might need to tip it if you haven't got quite enough, but make sure you cover all the way down. I want a little bit of extra batter there, but you don't want it to be like a cake. And in she goes. Now don't just drop it. If you just drop that in there, it's gonna stick to the bottom. So like when you're frying fish, kind of let it set on the outside, really carefully hold it just above the water, and it should start to float almost. Once it starts floating, you can let the end go. Like always with frying, do not overcrowd your pan or your temperature will drop too much and you won't get a nice cook on your dog. Man, this brings back memories of, I used to eat these at Speedway all the time with my mate Eamon. Used to go and watch the Speedway cars, it was fun. Back when life was simple. Western Springs Speedway, there you go. Shout out to those guys, I'm sure that place is still running. And that's what you're looking for. Good, even, nice dark color all over. Time to start plating so we can start eating. So these can either be served with ketchup or yellow mustard, however you want it really. But I think the reason that it's all coming back to me now, why they're called dippy dogs, is because when we used to get them, they used to dip the whole thing in ketchup and then you'd have it. Yum. But I think we better get a real American in to make sure I've done a good job. Mr. Texas?
Woo, bro! Let's go! Well, this is what I eat every single day. I wake up in the morning, 2 corn dogs, 3 tater tots, and 1 chicken wing.
When was the last time you had a corn dog, Josh?
Honestly, I haven't had a corn dog since I was like probably 6.
All right, well, I think we'll leave that to last. Let's start with the tater tots.
Plain?
Plain, just straight in.
Oh, I don't know. Any American does that.
You can dip it in there, or there,
Yeah.
ranch, or...
Yeah. I'll stick with the ketchup.
Classic.
Out of 5, solid 1. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Looks, I'm giving a 5 out of 5 because I think that they're perfectly brown. Taste, 5 out of 5. They're seasoned perfectly. They're garlicky. They're rich. I also think most tater tots are under seasoned. That I have a big problem with. So now that you're here, somebody who actually seasons their shit. Very nice.
Thank you.
And then texturally, crunchy wise, I'll give it a good 4 out of 5. I'd give it a 5 out of 5 if they hadn't been sitting here for so long. So fresh, 5 out of 5. Molto bene.
Let's eat a wing.
Oh, those wings do look really good. I feel like I gotta deduct points because you cut this celery so beautifully. Most restaurants, it's like some 16-year-old that's like illegally working there because he's underage. And they're just like kind of, and it's just kind of cut every which way. You get a 1-inch, that's not 1 inch, is it? You get a 1-inch piece and 6-inch piece. That's about 6 inches, right?
Yeah. Close enough. And then are you a blue cheese or a ranch guy with your wings?
Ranch. I hate blue cheese so much. I think blue cheese is one of the worst cheeses on earth. Oh. And if it were to disappear and cease to exist, I would be happy. We had a conversation about this on Instagram, I think.
We did.
You were mad at me because I don't like blue cheese.
Yeah, I like it, but I also like ranch.
Yeah. Chef, I gotta say, this looks like a proper fucking wing right here.
Thank you.
I mean, look at these. If I showed up at a wing shop and they served me these wings, I would immediately go, I bet these are really good because they cut the celery like a motherfucker. I'm gonna do a plain one before we do ranch.
Okay, I like it.
Oh yeah.
Good amount of spice, salty.
Yeah, the salt level's perfect. Again, see, we talked about this.
Oh, it's almost like I'm a professional.
Yeah, they're really nice. You can always tell a marker of a good fried wing because it comes off the bone really easy.
Yeah.
You know, it's not too chewy, very tender. Ooh, what hot sauce did you use? That's a little spicy.
This is cayenne.
It like hit me in the back of the throat. Yeah, so salt level, great. And the acidity is actually right where I would want it to be too. 5 out of 5, also the ranch. Where'd you get that recipe from?
Oh, JoshWeissman.com.
That's a 5 out of 5 wing right there.
Amazing.
It's a 5 out of 5.
The corn dog, the one I'm most excited for. I haven't had one of these in like 20 years, so
Wow.
please.
It's got good aerodynamics. Yeah. Smells great. It's got that toasty look. It's cylindrical. Yeah. I always hate it when they curve off.
Yeah.
And I'm not making a joke. Okay, here we go. Should I do it plain without the
No, I think it has to have Tommy sauce. Oh, sorry, ketchup.
Tommy sauce? You know, he can tell me anything and he go, oh, hey, we say it all the time. Yeah, that's fine. That's not how the accent sounds, but you know, it's whatever.
Oh, he's going dry.
Oh, sorry, I gotta have my Tommy sauce, sorry. I got excited. Bravo.
Thank you. That's pretty good, huh?
That's really good. Honestly, that's the best of the 3, and the other 2 were great as they are. This is like the most accurate out of the 3.
It's pretty close.
What's the batter here? Like the batter's like literally perfect.
Thank you. I just stole a whole bunch of stuff from your kitchen and just started making it.
Texturally, the outside like super crispy. Like a really thin, lacy layer of crispiness. And then look how fluffy the inside is. I mean, this is well, I mean, for one, obviously a 5 out of 5 to me, but in the world of corn dogs, this is like a high level corn dog. You're not gonna find a corn dog like this in very many places. If you go to the fair, you're getting a piece of shh. This is great. You killed it. You might as well be American. You're an honorary American today. Let's go. All right, let's go get, no, I'm not gonna make that joke. I'm not gonna make that joke. Cheers.
Well, Joshua and team, this whole team's been incredible. Thank you so much for having us. You've been incredible hosts. Like this video if you took anything from it, subscribe if you're not, and we'll see you next week for another recipe. I'm not sure where we'll be next week, but we'll be somewhere. Peace.
Bye. Woo, woo, woo.
Oh, look at that. There's a couple of cookbooks. This one is on sale right now. You can get it, links down below. And this one is also a fantastic cookbook, which is on pre-sale. So go get that. The link is down below also.